strategic modular resource material dako kay katabang sa akong anak ug tungod niini na-enjoy siya sa iyang pagbasa sa balay.
Hindi ay kaayo sa feeding program na isa sa mga programa sa Department of Education. Usa kini kada tabang sa mga estudyante o labi na gayud sa mga ginikanan, especially today nga naka-experience ta og global crisis.
Blancia Central School of Zamboanga del Sur Division presents the second quarter school monitoring and evaluation adjustment. I am Dr. Maria Leslie Fuentes Saavedra, your presenter for the day. There is an increase of number of newly promoted 1 teacher 2, 3 teacher 3, 1 master teacher 1 and 1 master teacher 3 through natural vacancy and reclassification of items. There is a decrease of number of the non-teaching personnel without the existence of the dispersing officer for this year. No newly hired teachers for 3 school years. Teachers who belong to proficient will offer ICT assistance and tutorials to those teachers who belong to non-literate and beginning. There is a need to have a 100% proficiency level of computer literacy to address the new trend of time. As frontliners in education, teachers should be required to be vaccinated. The 4 unvaccinated teachers were waiting for the DepEd A4 vaccine slots as the district nurse advised them to do. The number of enrollees for the last 3 consecutive academic years had significantly fluctuated due to massive birth control campaign in the community and the existing COVID-19 pandemic. Same analysis is cited to the number of enrollees by age and by grade level for 3 school year had significantly fluctuated due to massive birth control campaign in the community and the existing COVID-19 pandemic. No enrollment in a live program for 3 school year. There is an increase of enrollment of learners with special needs, specifically the difficulty in mobility for 3 school years. There is 0 number of adolescent reproductive health for 3 school years. There is a constant number of the status of physical facilities for 3 school year in terms of new construction, repaired, rehabilitated, needs repair, needs rehab, for demolition/replacement. Availability of classroom furnitures for 3 school years decreasing due to some minor repairs and others were borrowed but not returned, no replacement was given. There is a constant number of the availability of functional ancillary facilities for 3 school year in terms of clinic, canteen, comfort rooms, male, comfort rooms, female, comfort rooms, shared, guidance office, SPG office, H&D room, wash stand, stage, reading clinic, library, audiovisual room, plant/vegetable nursery. There isn't enough supply of health essentials. Thankful enough for supplies being donated, more health essentials were purchased and distributed in order to increase the health and learning potential of teachers and learners, especially for this COVID time. The question is the school used as an isolation area? Big resounding no, because we are for the welfare of the educators and learners. As to the number of usable and reusable self-learning modules, there were reusable and not reusable. Blancia Central School teachers were provided with printing paraphernalia as to inks and bond papers. There were delayed delivery modules from the division office, but teachers of Blancia CS were able to address the needs and provide worksheets and answer sheets as well. Teachers were given soft copies of the self-learning modules by the division office for access, insurgency of delivery of module services. Those printed modules by the teachers were considered non-reusable as they let their learners to make use of it so that there will be no duplication of tasks and printing answer sheets. It was agreed by the parents and the teachers during their kumustaan. Furthermore, all teachers are hereby requested to keep track with the deliverables of the modules to ensure that all necessary data are properly captured and properly recorded for future use. The data presents that Araling Panlipunan and Educa Science Pagpapakataw have different number of usable modules and has a great number of non-reusable modules in grades 1 to 6 and by quarter. Learners were given modules and worksheets with the ratio of 1:1. It all means 1 module or worksheet per learning area to learners. Equally distributed to parents following the IATF health protocols every Monday of the week and same schedule for the retrieval. Teachers appealed to parents to refrain from answering the self-learning modules so their children could truly learn. Most often there were great numbers of non-reusable self-learning modules by teachers' initiative. They just tolerate the learners to make use of the printed modules because as what teachers observed, learners have good scores when they will write immediately the answers on the modules being printed by the teachers. It is gleaned that Blancia Central School performance of learners in kindergarten to grade 6 successfully poised to reflect zero dropout rate for the academic year 2020 to 2021, and the promotion rate is pegged at a successful 100% with 268 passers and zero number of failed learners for Key Stage 1 and 2. For Key Stage 1 mother tongue-based, English, Science, Filipino, ARPAN, and Educasayan sa Pagpapakatao with 80.41 average mean percentage score fall under the category of satisfactory, and mathematics with 79.17, while for Key Stage 2 science subject marks with 79.46 categorized as fairly satisfactory. Araling Panlipunan, Filipino, English, mother tongue-based, Science and mathematics were the subjects most often difficult to learn by the learners, and EPPTLE where they are required to pass learning outputs. That is why teachers will provide a support mechanism to learners who are lagging behind, as manifested by the results of their formative tests in the modules and summative assessments. As the least learned competencies were depicted, teachers informed the parents or guardians and provide learning interventions that will suit in their level, especially the reading comprehension. Let them be aware of the academic progress of their children and encourage them to strengthen their involvement in guiding and supervising the learning of their children at home. There were few least learned competencies in all learning areas by grade level and per quarter. These were addressed by the class advisors through Kumustaan and offer online and offline teaching remediation assistance. Discussion via text messages and phone calls. Providing links for TVBI and RBI as supplementary learning resources, and use the individual learning monitoring plan for learners. Educasayan sa Pagpapakatao has no least learned competencies, as it is considered the subject that is very manageable by the learners to learn. But still, teaching values was the focus, though in the new normal time their values can't be measured reliably as subject to heightened by the need to strengthen the moral fiber of society. Furthermore, it emphasizes reform through the inner transformation. The number of simple dropout for the last 3 consecutive academic years had significantly fluctuated due to family problems and transfer of residence. The school dropout in Blancia Central School is the phenomenon in which the learner stops attending classes for learning and stays out of the educational system, and it's out of our control. Simple dropout rate for the last 3 consecutive academic years had significantly fluctuated in all grade level. Kindergarten has the highest rate of simple dropout rate, and grade 3 has zero number of simple dropout rate. Simple dropout rate for the last 3 consecutive academic years had significantly fluctuated in all grade level. Kindergarten has the highest rate of simple dropout rate, and grade 3 has zero number of simple dropout rate. For 3 academic year, the repeaters rate is decreasing. School year 2020 to 2021 has zero repetition rate by grade. Presenting to you this data based on the SBM APAT accomplished by the school heads as reflected in the SIP. Data for this shall include the 60% and 40% as accomplished. Blancia Central School SBM level is Advanced Level 3. With the help of our partners, we have been continuing our school-based feeding program despite school closures due to the pandemic. The food and milk packs have been distributed directly to parents or guardians of the learners to claim the weekly food pack rations along with the learning modules. One action research was submitted and completed with modular reading interventions. As to the status of APE implementation, it combines the concepts constituting the foundation for positive improvement results, meaningful teamwork, measurable clear goals, and the regular collection and analysis of performance data. This highlights the importance of the school community to work together in monitoring and evaluating achievement results as to physical and financial accomplishments. There should have establishment of good rapport and collaboration for the success of programs and projects of the school. Hopefully we can implement the Galian sa Paralan amidst COVID-19 pandemic for implementation. And for human resource we need to create partnership and must have strong camaraderie and harmony to our stakeholders through team building. Alternative ways were offered for education to continue. The Department of Education has shifted the learning delivery modalities from typical face-to-face to distance learning. For those who have no access to internet, computer, smartphone or tablet, TV/radio-based instruction can be used in the delivery of learning. Self-learning modules are assisted using television and radio.
Today is Valentine's Day. Johnny is so excited because he gets to deliver Valentine's.
Providing links for TVBI and RBI as supplementary learning resources. Engage with learners frequently by creating support groups such as FB group, group contacts, group chats in the Messenger and other social media platforms. Use the time to connect by giving assistance, feedback, and even a short talk and using intervention or home visitation as the need arises. Problems encountered due to lack of sleep and time to answer all the modules due to the great numbers of activities, distractions and lack of focus. Shift in evaluating students' learning because parents are the one who usually answer the learning modules. Lack of parental engagement due to time constraints, language barriers, lack of knowledge, lack of motivation and inconvenience. Kumustaan strategy by reaching out the parents to strengthen their involvement in guiding their children, and have a short conversation to pupils through text messages, phone calls and group chats in the Messenger for learning assessment. Provide learning textbooks and answer sheets aside from the learning modules. Discussion can be done via text messages and phone calls. Write appreciation notes on learners' outputs before returning it. Gathering feedback about their child's learning progress while studying at home. Collaborate with other subject areas on giving learning tasks to lessen learners' time on accomplishing outputs through LAC sessions and webinars for professional growth. School administrator will have a close monitoring to her teachers. For recommendations, create a culture sense of connection, ownership, accountability and responsibility to internal and external stakeholders. Ensure collaboration and have strong camaraderie and harmony to our stakeholders through team building. Always give recognition and appreciation for their valuable contribution. With that we can create love in the school with our stakeholders as partners. And that ends my presentation, leaving this quote by Robin Sharma: "Change is hard at first, messy in the middle, and gorgeous at the end." Thank you for watching. This is Dr. Maria Leslie Fuentes Saavedra, your presenter. God bless everyone in Mabuhay.